What do my gente? What's coming through once again with a new video. And on today's video, we're gonna talk about Dubs and his video he did about deportation, right? We're gonna do like a reaction, response, and basically we're gonna discuss this. And I seen that a lot of people were mad about this video. They didn't support him. But there's others they did, right? And if you pay attention to the comments, man, you can see who supports and who doesn't. Well, apparently the people who don't support him is because, as many of you guys know, man, Dubs is for la raza. He's always pushing that narrative that la raza, my people, and basically that's what he says, right? So now that the people is being attacked by everybody, right? He stands across on the other side and supports what's going on, right? So I see where those people who are mad, why they're mad, right? I see it, understand it 100%, right? But one thing is that not everybody thinks the same. And we have to respect the opinion, of the next man, when it comes, especially when it comes to politics, One thing I can say, man, is that I do respect the fact that he voted for the old boy knowing what was going to happen. And he's still backing him up, even though I feel like he's telling the narrative of all these people, right? Like, oh no, it's not only Mexicanos or brown people. No, it's everybody. And I don't believe that. There's no way, man. There's no way. And I'm going to tell you right now why it does not make sense, man. The thing is that, look, he was saying that the people who are being deported is going to be the people from Europe, Haitian people, and brown people, right? And that he wishes that maybe the cameras going to these facilities or ICE detention centers so people can see that it's a mix of races in there. And I disagree with that shit 100%. 100%, man. Because, you know what? They are picking criminals. And those criminals are people who committed a crime. Who probably got a prison sentence. They got a parole or a county sentence. They're on probation or whatever. So when they let them out, because even though they have an ICE hold or whatever, for whatever reason, they don't come and pick them up, right? But they know where they live. So they got a list of people, of addresses they can go to and look for these guys, right? And of course, right there in that list is going to be Europeans, Haitian peoples, and everybody else. You know what I mean? It's going to be nothing but mixed races right there. 100%. But that is going to be a small percentage of what's actually happening. And where they're going to stores, they're going to different job sites and targeting people who are not being criminal, who's just working, earning money, minding their own business, right? Contributing to the economy by their work, by what they're doing, by the taxes they're paying out of the check. Trust me, it goes straight to federal. They take money from state and take money for the social security number, even though they can never claim that. Our money goes over there. And I'm going to have to disagree with that. And the reason is why. This is why. Because everybody who's being stopped by the Border Patrol is brown people. Is raza. Period. If we want to put a fake narrative, man, come on, man. I wish the news going in these detention centers. I wish they do it, because we have seen it before, in where they were saying the same narrative. Okay, we gonna do what was it, 8 years ago when they had all those kids. I see nothing but brown people in there on those centers, man. So why do you think it's gonna change now? Nothing's gonna change. They're still picking the gente right there. They're still putting the gente in those detention centers. Brown people. Those are the ones who've been persecuted at their jobs, at the stores, at their houses, at the gasoline pumps. Man, come on, man. If you know how the immigration works, it's usually they park. Let's say where there's like a company or whatever, they park in a road and they be stopping people, right? And if they see people like farmer workers, they're gonna stop them. They're gonna ask them the question they're gonna ask them, right? And we should take them if they don't have papers or the proper documentation. They're gonna take them away. And I do understand that those might not have a connection with the people like that, but it's probably because he's from the city, you know. I know a lot of us Mexicanos, we know somebody, or maybe we have family member who doesn't have papers, right? And for whatever reason, right? But it doesn't mean that they're bad people. They're just trying to provide for their family, you know? And maybe right there, that's why he don't have that connection. You know, as for me, I'm always going to have the connection with my people. And because I understand, I have seen that with my two eyes, man. It's not the fact that I got deported. I got deported for some other reason, man. But I've been working around these individuals who don't have paper. Do they treat me less? No, they didn't. I don't know why people will say, hey, man, those guys were assholes. Man, if a group treats you bad, man, that's that group. It's not everybody else, you know? But I feel like now that is this person in office, the true colors of a lot of people come out, right? And where they feel free, they feel safe to speak their mind. And even though it's a hateful narrative, they will say it, right? I'm seeing it on YouTube. And I'm seeing also people over here crying that, oh my God, they're pouring the corn out, man. Honestly, come on. Let's be honest. When have you even care about this, about people who don't have papers, you know? Have you even seen somebody who don't have papers like that? Because I have, you know? I have connections with people like that. And it's sad to see the fear on people, you know? And at the same time, they're like, man, if it happens, it happens, right? Now, another thing that I disagree is that calling people who don't have papers criminals. I do understand they broke a law by crossing over without papers, but not everybody who are working on the fields who don't have papers are criminals. Let me explain to you. The reason why I'm saying this is that not everybody who from Mexico, man, who crosses to the States do it illegally. There's some little cards called visas, right? And it's basically visiting visas, and where you can just go over there, vacation, 6 months, then you have to return. But some people, they take advantage of this, but they don't go on vacation. They stay and work with a different social security number, right? Again, never being able to collect or get that money from that social security number because that's not theirs, right? But they're using them to work legit, apparently, right? But even those who cross to have a better life, who they're minding their own, or they're minding their they're minding their own business. They're not getting on. They're just doing what they're supposed to do: work, go home, maybe drink a beer or whatever, and that's it. I don't feel like those guys are criminals, even though they broke the law 100%. A criminal, man, it was basically what we were doing, what I was doing out on the streets, what he was doing out on the streets. Well, most of this YouTube individuals right here, we're doing out on the streets, that's considered a criminal. You know? Now, for somebody to work, go over there, and then be called criminal, nah. No, I'm sorry. Yes, they broke a law. And if you want to go into the whole thing, somebody who breaks a law is considered this, and then eventually is considered criminal, right? But I still don't see them as criminals. I'm sorry. That's just my opinion. And I'm not saying I'm right. I'm not saying I'm wrong. You know, that's how I feel. And that's how I'm going to be backing up my people. Because those are my people. I feel like my people are being targeted, right? And first of all, I seen the hate of a lot of individuals, man. They are brown as well. And this is basically like Dub says. You know, I mean, one of his videos, brown on brown. It's a crime, brown on brown. Well, it's happening right now. It's happening right now. You see how much hate comes from our own people, and it's basically everybody against our people who are trying to work, right? Well, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna stay on those guys because at the end of the day, man, if you guys hate so much the Mexicanos, the people who are working over there, well, homie, please, please do us a big favor and stop representing us. Stop putting cultura on your body. Stop saying that, or I mean, using our lingos or trying to speak about our in our language, right? Nahuatl, because a lot of people who are part of the prison system, right? They like to speak on that Nahuatl. They want to use our culture. Do us a big favor, homie. If you are with the guy who's been against the Mexicans, and trust me, he's been against the Mexicans for a long time, because last time he came into office, he did a direct attack on the Mexicans. The homie from the street Saint Loyal, he just made a video yesterday, man, in where he made a good point. If the president is not against Mexicans, why he's sending his army to the Mexican border? Why not to the Canadian border? Big point, homie. Big point. Right? If it's everybody, shit. But it seems like the Mexicanos, because it's a country, they can defend themselves. And when I'm saying defend, is I'm not saying en guerra, but I'm saying like we can be like, you know what, homie? It is what it is. Of course, there's going to be people who want to go to the United States and earn more money than actually over here. But there's opportunities over here too, right? The thing is that president has hate for us. He called us, criminals. He called traffickers and abusers, man. And he said to Mexicans, you know. But it is what it is, man. It's just something that, my opinion, same way that everybody's gonna have their own opinion. And basically what I want to say is that we all are entitled to this opinion, but again, it's what kind of narrative we're putting out there, you know. I'm always going to be on the side of my gente, no matter what, you know what I mean? So, like I said, for those guys who are actually like against us and who are raza and they still throws hate, because at the end of the day, homie, you know the most hate I got from is my own people, raza, trying to call me out of my name, trying to make fun of me. I don't even get hate from no whites. for no blacks, man. And respect to those guys right there too. I don't. I just get it from my own people. You know, trying to say like I'm a paisa, trying to be leader me. You know, I'm Mexicano, my boys. I'm Mexican. Let's get that right. So with this being said, we are out to next video. Gracias.